Will Washington be a place or a destination for free agents to come? I believe so. I believe Washington showed that with the right pieces around them and with good talent, like almost any team, they can be contenders. And with a young QB on a rookie deal and with Terry McLaurin's contract coming up, I think next year is where Washington tries to make a push and build on what they did this season. Now, Cliff Kingsbury is staying for another year. He's probably going to wait until next year's head coaching cycle pops up if there's a job that he wants. And we got Olamide Zaccheaus, De'Ami Brown, Bobby Wagner. We got a couple people that are, looking for some contracts. I think Washington has about 88, 89 million in cap, possibly. So there are some people that we could probably sign. Some people report T. Higgins could possibly be heading to Washington. Some people speculate that there are some players that have talked to their agents that want to be in Washington. I think that it's a good place for Washington to build on, especially with Dan Quinn still being there, Joe Witt if he stays. I feel like Washington has now become a place where people want to go. And it's not just because, they got Jaden Daniels. They got Terry McLaurin. Because if that was the case, people would have came to Washington a few years ago. But they didn't. So now, what does Washington do in free agency? Well, I would say a prominent number 2 receiver is probably where I would go first in free agency, or I would go O-line. I would go O-line and beef up my O-line to deal with Jaden Carter and Jordan Davis for the next couple of years. Until Philly starts losing their stars, I'm beefing up my O-line because clearly they got some big boys down there in Philly. And then I'm going to start focusing on defense. If I'm Adam Pearce, hopefully I can try to get a prominent pass rusher on the outside, though. Because Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen are good, but we're missing that outside presence, which is why I was a little disappointed when Montez Sweat got traded, because he was actually playing good. We need a little bit more defense to deal with Saquon and Jalen Hurst. And honestly, Marshawn Lattimore is getting up there in age, so probably like another decent corner that we can develop next year up in this coming draft is probably where I would go. Probably not first round, probably do second round on a corner. Our first round pick, I would probably have to say lineman if we can't get anybody. See who the best offensive lineman is. And I would do probably my interior line as well. Not just the tackle spot, but the interior line is where we were getting decimated last year, especially with Sam Cosmi tearing his ACL against the Lions. We need some linemen. And we need depth at our linemen. Because look at what the Eagles did. Mekhi Becton usually plays right tackle, playing guard. You got, what's his face? I think it was their starting left guard that was playing center because the other guy was injured. So, yeah. I would like to be able to compete with Philly up in the trenches and then possibly some corners and then a prominent pass rusher. Now, you honestly can't get all of those in one, obviously. But free agency, I'm shooting for O-line and a prominent number 2 receiver. And if I'm looking towards the defense, probably bring in a little bit more pass rushing, for that D-line. And then probably try to hit another corner here and there. But yeah, Washington, again, congratulations. I didn't think I would ever see Washington do what they did, but they did it. Can't be mad at them. Not at all.